got schmutz on my pants. There's a whole bunch of the red light's on too. What the hell? I have schmutz on my pants. Thank God we only have a half camera thing going here, because that would suck. Because I don't want you guys to see the schmutz on my pants. Well, I guess that might have been lunch. A little something for later. Now it just sounds really creepy that I'm scratching my pants way down below and you can't see what's happening here. So let's just get into the Week 13 highlights. Hey Tom.
Hey.
Tom, everybody. Tom behind the camera having a pretty decent week. Jets won, Giants won. Everybody's a happy camper. We'll get into the standings. We'll get into the updates here, and we'll tell everybody how who's our leader this week. Who's it going to be? Is it Drew? Might be Drew. We'll find out. Let's talk about the studs for Week 13. First one, Braylon Edwards, wide receiver for Cleveland. He had a hamstring injury, and there was talk about him possibly not playing this week, but you couldn't even tell anything about it. 149 yards, 7 catches, had a touchdown. One of them was for 67 yards, so there was a little bonus play for the plus 50 if you're in a regular head-to-head league. He's got a nice little matchup against the Jets in Week 14. Jets, yeah, all right, Tom. I'm not even gonna rip you because your boys won this week. If he's healthy, if he's available, he's definitely earned the trust to be the #1 wide receiver. So Braylon Edwards is a good look for Week 14 going up against the Jets. 12 touchdowns this year and 3 in his last 4 games, so he's proven it to you. Braylon Edwards is a good guy if he's healthy. Stud number 2 for last week. Let's talk LaDainian Tomlinson. He is back. 23 yards, 177 carries. He had 2 touchdowns. We think he's back. Now, what they say is that in any other year, it would be an excellent season, but LaDainian Tomlinson has set the precedent with the 1,800-yard season, with the 28 touchdowns last year. So this year, it's almost as if it's a down year, but if you compare him to any of the other running backs this year, he's having a real big monster year. It's just a little bit less than what it's been in previous years for LT. So on LT standards, it's down. But on any other running back standards, it's excellent. It's a good matchup next week. He has Tennessee on the road in Week 14. So LaDainian Tomlinson, we think he's back, and he's probably a good buy for the last 3 weeks of the regular season. So check it out. Still one of the best on the entire, not just Chargers, obviously, but in the entire NFL. So LaDainian Tomlinson is a good look for Week 14. Some players to watch for Week 14. We're going to talk Roddy White in Atlanta. I know what you're thinking. Roddy White, Atlanta? I said Atlanta. Atlanta... you're scratching your eyebrows there, Tom. What the? A little bit there. You're a little creeped out. You creeped me out there. You gave me a little weird look. Roddy White in Week 13 had 10 catches and 146 yards and a touchdown. Roddy White, there's a very good chance that Atlanta is going to be playing from behind. They always play from behind, which means that they're always throwing. This is Roddy White's second straight week where he's had over 100 yards. He's putting up big points. He's over 20-plus points in regular head-to-head fantasy leagues. He's a good look for Week 14 as, I would say, a number 3 wide receiver. They're playing the Saints, but again, if they're going to be playing from behind, you don't know which Saints team is going to show up against Atlanta, because it just seems like when New Orleans is going to come back, they blow a game. So it's going to be hit or miss on that. If you need a good 3rd, even a 4th wide receiver if you're playing in the shotgun formation, Tom, Roddy White might be worth a look for that. So Roddy White, I'm going to go as a player to watch Week 14. Another guy to watch is Fred Jackson. I know what you're saying. I don't even know if we have a picture of him because he hasn't been used at all. Fred Jackson is the backup running back for Buffalo. If Marshawn Lynch is going to miss another week, which they're saying he probably will, he has a high ankle sprain. Fred Jackson is going to be worth a look as probably a number 3 running back. In this past week, he had a bunch of yards. He had a bunch of touchdowns. Not a bunch. You see the stats page here? The stats page doesn't have the information I was looking for, so I'm making that up. But he had a nice week. He contributed nicely. And Buffalo's got Miami next week for Week 14. And I think Tom could run off of Miami's defense. Jets did it. If the Jets can do it, then anybody can do it. I think we've learned that. We're going to go ahead and give Fred Jackson, I haven't had to look at his name a second time because he's never been mentioned. Fred Jackson, running back for Buffalo, player to watch for Week 14. And let's do an injury watch here real quick. One player, the main player to watch, is Anquan Boldin from Arizona. He left the game in the 3rd quarter with a dislocated toe. And they're saying that he's questionable for Week 14. If he's healthy, he's definitely going to be a starter for you because Larry Fitzgerald has been out with a groin injury for Arizona, so that makes him the #1 guy. If he's going to play, he's worth the look. You got to grab him for Week 14. If he's not going to play, that's going to be your injury watch for Week 14. So keep your eye out as the week progresses up through Thursday with Anquan Boldin. They have Seattle in Week 14, so something to look at for Week 14. Overall winner, let's go with the Week 13 winner. The final curtain call is back for another Bravo week. He outscored me, who finished 4th place, Tom. 4th.
Not bad.
That's not bad. I mean, it's no 57th or whatever you finished. No, you finished nice. You had a nice little start. You're in the 20s somewhere. Tom and the Internet Dorks finished in the 20s. I finished 4th, but the final curtain call got the best of me. A gift certificate to Lori and Me Sports Memorabilia. That's his 2nd one this season. Check out loriandme.com for all the information about what they have to offer you guys as far as sports memorabilia. And our overall leader is still Gutshot Drew. Gutshot Drew will not relinquish the number 1 spot. I think it's been 4 of the last 5 weeks or 5 of the last 6 weeks that he's had the number 1 spot. But it's a close race because right underneath him is Team High Life, who has 31 points right behind them there. And let's see. Overall, G-Rock, my team, 30th, back up from 42nd after a nice week. Internet Dorks could not break the top 100. Oh, Tom, almost. It's 107 for Tom. I have faith in you, dude. I got faith that you're going to do it this week. This is going to be the week where he breaks the top 100. Will he? We don't know. Will I break the top 25? I don't know. Will Gutshot Drew keep the number 1 slot? We'll all find out after week 14. Don't forget what we told you 2 weeks ago. Confirm roster changes. You don't do that, you might lose. I'm just going to stare at the camera for a second and wait for Tom to say cut.
Cut!
There we go.